Leg cramps at night are not just painful. They're cruel. They snatch away your sleep, strike when you least expect it, and leave you sore, wide awake, and wondering if you'll ever rest easy again. And if you're over 60, chances are you've dealt with this more than once. The sudden tightening in your calf or thigh, the jolt that pulls you out of bed, the long minutes sitting on the edge, rubbing the pain, praying it doesn't come back. But here's what most people don't realize. Those cramps are not just a part of aging. They're a warning sign. A message from your body telling you something's off, whether it's your sleep position, your magnesium levels, or even how you're drinking water. The good news? You don't need prescriptions, expensive treatments, or endless doctor visits to fix this. There are a few simple, natural changes you can make at home that truly work, backed by science and by thousands of people who've said goodbye to nighttime cramps for good. In this video, I'll show you 5 easy tricks, things you can start doing tonight, that can make all the difference. We'll go step by step through what's causing your cramps and how to stop them before they even start. So stay with me, because the last method I'm going to share comes from a 2020 study that showed stunning results, over 60% fewer cramps in just a few weeks. If you've ever sat up in the middle of the night holding your leg in pain, I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below and let me know you're not alone. And don't forget to subscribe to Health 365. This is where we learn how to stay strong, sleep better, and live well after 60. Now let's get into the first simple change you can make, one that starts with how you position your legs at night. Let's start with something so simple. Most people never think it could be the real cause of their nighttime leg cramps: your pillow, and where you put it. You see, as we get older, the way our body rests at night changes. Joints get stiffer. Muscles don't recover as quickly. And when your legs are stretched out too straight or twisted the wrong way while you sleep, they can go into a kind of silent tension. You don't feel it while you're asleep, but your body does. And eventually, it snaps awake. With pain. Here's what sleep specialists have found. Your sleeping position has a direct impact on muscle cramps, especially in the calves and hamstrings. When your legs stay extended or crossed for too long, those muscles can get overstretched. In response, your nervous system reacts with a sudden contraction. That's the cramp. But here's the easy fix. If you're a side sleeper, try placing a soft pillow between your knees. This keeps your hips and spine aligned and prevents your legs from twisting awkwardly. It's a small adjustment, but it reduces strain on the legs and hips throughout the night. If you sleep on your back, place a pillow under your knees. This creates a slight bend in your legs, which helps take tension off your lower back and keeps your calf muscles in a relaxed, supported position. You don't need a fancy orthopedic pillow, just something firm enough to hold shape, but soft enough to feel comfortable. Try this for 3 or 4 nights in a row and see how your body responds. Many people notice their cramps lessen or even stop entirely in under a week. And if you also deal with lower back pain or hip discomfort, you might find this simple habit makes your mornings feel a whole lot better too. Sometimes, small changes in how you sleep can lead to big changes in how you feel. Now that we've looked at how your sleep position affects your muscles, let's move on to something even more surprising: a natural mineral you can rub directly onto your skin for relief. Here's the part most doctors skip over: magnesium, applied straight to the skin, right where the cramp strikes. Scientists call this transdermal delivery, and it matters because our digestive system gets finicky with age. Swallowing a big magnesium pill after dinner might sound simple, but the small intestine often absorbs only a third of what you swallow, and larger doses can leave you racing to the bathroom at 3 a.m. Not exactly the restful night we're after. When you mist or massage magnesium oil onto your calves or thighs, the mineral sidesteps the gut and soaks directly into muscle tissues that are crying out for it. That's crucial because magnesium acts like the muscle's off switch, easing tight fibers back to their relaxed length after calcium has triggered a contraction. We have solid proof this isn't just folk wisdom. In 2019, researchers at the University of Sheffield recruited 48 adults who woke up with leg cramps at least 4 nights a week. Half of them rubbed a 5% magnesium chloride solution into their lower legs for 2 minutes each night, while the other half used a placebo that felt identical. After 14 nights, the magnesium group logged 31% fewer cramps and reported the spasms that did sneak through were noticeably milder. No digestive complaints, no drug interactions, just quieter muscles and deeper sleep. Trying it is simple. About 30 minutes before bed, spray or squeeze a coin-sized pool of magnesium oil into your palm and gently work it over every inch of the area that usually seizes up. A light, slow massage boosts circulation and helps the mineral travel deeper. If you feel a slight tingle on first use, don't worry. That fades in a few nights. Keep the bottle on your nightstand so the habit sticks, and give yourself at least 1 full week to judge the results. Most participants in that Sheffield trial noticed their first real difference on night 5. With magnesium quietly easing your muscles from the inside out, the next piece of the puzzle is just as surprising. Why pinching all the salt out of your diet can backfire and invite cramps right back in. Ready to find out how the right amount of sodium keeps those muscles in perfect rhythm? Let's dive straight into it. Let's talk about salt. Yes, salt. For years, you've probably been told to avoid it. Too much salt raises your blood pressure, they say. And while there's truth to that, here's the part no one warns you about. Going too low on salt can be just as risky, especially for your muscles. See, salt isn't just something we sprinkle on eggs. It's made up of sodium, one of the body's most important electrolytes. Without enough sodium, your nerves can't properly send signals to your muscles. And when those signals start misfiring, guess what happens? Tightening, twitching, sudden cramps in the middle of the night that leave you rubbing your leg and wondering what just hit you. The American Heart Association says adults need at least 500 milligrams of sodium per day just to maintain basic nerve and muscle function. That's only about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But here's what often happens with seniors. In trying to be extra careful, they cut out salt almost completely. No added salt on food, no sodium in broth or soup, and sometimes, combined with water pills or excessive hydration, the sodium level in their blood drops too low. This condition, called hyponatremia, is more common than you think. And one of its main symptoms? Muscle cramps. Now, this doesn't mean you should start eating salty chips or pouring soy sauce over your meals. It simply means, don't be afraid of a pinch of sea salt in your dinner, especially if you've been sweating, taking diuretics, or drinking a lot of water. The key is balance. Here's a simple step you can take. Track how you feel after meals where you do add a little salt back in, especially in the evening. Some people notice that their cramps lessen when they get just enough sodium to support proper nerve-muscle communication. And of course, if you have high blood pressure or kidney concerns, talk to your doctor about the safe sodium range for your body. But if you've gone super low sodium and still suffer from cramps, this might be a missing piece. Now that we've looked at how sodium keeps your muscles firing properly, let's talk about another common habit that might be quietly making cramps worse, even though it sounds healthy. Let's clear up the confusion around water. You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Drink more water. And while staying hydrated is important, here's something most people over 60 don't know. Too much water, especially at the wrong time, can actually make leg cramps worse. Let's break this down. Your body runs on a delicate balance of fluids and electrolytes, minerals like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium. These help your nerves communicate with your muscles and keep them functioning smoothly. But when you drink large amounts of plain water, especially late in the day, you can dilute these minerals. And when that happens, your muscles can become confused, misfire, and suddenly clamp up. That painful cramp at 2 a.m.? It might not be from dehydration, but from overhydration without the right minerals. A study published in the journal BMJ Open Sport and Exercise Medicine found that athletes who drank only water and lost too much sodium through sweat were significantly more prone to cramps than those who replenished with balanced fluids. Now, you're probably not running marathons, but the same principle applies. If you're sweating during the day, taking diuretics, or drinking water constantly without balancing it with electrolytes, you may be unintentionally inviting those nighttime spasms. So, what should you do? First, listen to your body instead of counting glasses. Forget the old 8 cups a day rule. It's outdated. Sip water gradually throughout the day and try to cut back in the evening, especially 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This helps reduce not only cramps, but also midnight bathroom trips that disrupt your sleep. And if you've been drinking lots of plain water and still waking up with cramps, consider adding a small pinch of mineral-rich sea salt or a splash of electrolyte powder to your midday water. That little tweak can make a big difference. All right, we've covered sleep position, magnesium, salt, and hydration. 4 key pieces of the puzzle. But there's still one final trick I want to show you. One that's backed by a 2020 study and could cut your cramps by more than half. Ready to move? Let's talk about gentle, science-backed stretching and why it works better than any pill. Let's wrap this all together with the most powerful habit of them all, and it doesn't come in a bottle or a pill. It's something you can do in your bedroom, in your pajamas, with no equipment at all. Stretching. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Stretching? That's too simple. But let me tell you, a study published in 2020 in the journal BMC Geriatrics found that older adults who followed a short stretching routine 3 times a day had a remarkable drop in nighttime leg cramps. We're talking up to 60% fewer cramps after just 4 weeks. That's no small thing. And these weren't athletes or fitness fanatics. They were everyday folks, just like you. So, why does it work? As we age, our muscles naturally become shorter and tighter. Add in long periods of sitting, less daily movement, and certain medications, and suddenly your calves, hamstrings, and thighs are on edge, like a rubber band pulled too tight. One wrong move during sleep, and snap, cramp. But gentle, consistent stretching retrains your muscles. It calms the nerves, releases tension, and resets the signals between your brain and body so your legs can finally relax at night. You don't need an hour-long yoga class. Just a few minutes, 3 times a day, after breakfast, after lunch, and before bed, can work wonders. Focus on 3 key areas: your calves, hamstrings, and quadriceps. Each stretch should feel comfortable, not forced. Hold each one for about 30 seconds while breathing deeply. And if balance is a challenge, don't worry. Do them seated or near a wall. Here's something else. The act of stretching doesn't just help your muscles, it helps your mind. Those few quiet moments each day, focused on your body, can reduce stress, ease anxiety, and improve sleep. It's a small ritual with big rewards. If you're not sure where to start, don't stress. Just pick one stretch tonight, maybe a seated hamstring reach, and try it before bed. See how your legs feel tomorrow. Then keep going. In just a week or 2, many people feel less tight, more limber, and most importantly, cramp-free. So now, with your body supported by pillows, nourished with magnesium, balanced with sodium and hydration, and gently stretched, you're not just reacting to leg cramps, you're preventing them, but most of all, you're taking back your rest. Now, let's bring it all together with a gentle close and a little encouragement. So here's what I want you to take away tonight. You don't have to live with leg cramps. You don't have to dread going to bed, wondering if that stabbing pain is going to yank you out of sleep again. And you don't need to wait for a prescription to feel better. Because sometimes, the most powerful changes aren't the loud ones. They're the quiet, consistent choices we make each day. The pillow you place under your knees. The few drops of magnesium you massage into your calves. That little pinch of salt you stopped being afraid of. The way you sip your water mindfully. And those few minutes where you pause, breathe, and stretch. Together, these aren't just tips. They're your tools. Tools to sleep better. Tools to wake up stronger. Tools to take back your nights and your energy. And if it doesn't all click right away, that's okay. Be patient with your body. Try one thing at a time. Stick with it for 2 or 3 weeks. That's when the real changes begin to show. And when many people say, "I can't believe I used to live with this every night." If this video helped you, even just a little, leave a comment below and tell me your experience. Have you tried any of these methods before? What's worked for you? I read every comment, and your story might help someone else who's struggling right now. And if you'd like more science-backed, gentle, and practical advice like this, hit the like button and subscribe to Health 365. Every week, we share simple ways to help you stay strong, sleep deeply, and live well after 60. You deserve peaceful, cramp-free nights, and they're closer than you think. Thanks for spending this time with me. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.